Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy King J, another Teach Me episode, and we have DoomedDanny. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
Alright, so we're gonna get into some Lucky Chloe. I know that you're the guy for Lucky Chloe. Like, teach me some of the key moves because, you know, I played Lucky Chloe before, and I had a challenge where I had to get to, like, Tekken God, and I got to Tekken God, but I can't get to the next step, and I know you're the guy, so yeah, let me know some of the key moves I should be using, man.
All right, cool. So for Chloe, if you don't know, I mean, I'm sure you played her a bit, but she's a very poke-heavy character. And then someone's learning Chloe, the first thing I talk about is her jab strings and her jabs, because they're super important to her game. They're kind of like the bread and butter of her game. If you want to play Chloe, that's where you start. So for one jab, very decent range, not like Miguel range or anything like that, does work. She's very unique in the way that she has a 1-2 high mid string that's natural 10 frame. So very, very nice because you can check people for ducking and stuff like that, or trying to move around your one jab. So you can condition them with a 1-1-2. It's very important to her game. But other than that, she has these extensions that are unique to her. So she has the 1-2 1+2, which is super, super good, like super strong. Counter hit launcher actually. So if you press a button like during the string,
it just froze. But don't. Yeah, there we
go. There we go. We're good. Cool. So yeah, if you hit a button, it'll actually counter hit launch there. So
yeah,
really, really nice. It's only -2, which is crazy good for a homing move. So it gives her a lot of options to do things afterwards. So she can sidestep if she wants. It lets you play with her poke game. A lot. So that's if you know your opponent likes to hit buttons after your jabs, you can kind of condition them for that. The other option she has is a nice mid string. So she's got 1-2-2, which goes into a mid, forces crouch for the opponent on hit. Only -4 as well. So another a lot of options. They did change it where she's forced in crouch, so she doesn't have a ton of options, but she can still sidestep to one direction if she wants to. So between those two strings are super, super important for Chloe, because you're going to be conditioning your opponent with these strings, staying in their face, and really playing around that with her game. Rarely do I use this one, 1-2-1. It's a wall bounce, which is nice. They made it a wall bounce to 3. It's very linear. So it can be stepped to the left very easily. If you
I think it's because of it's latency. Might be. Hold on.
It might be. Yeah, it might be. It could be a little tough, but in general, yeah, that move is very linear, so I don't use it very often. But if you know your opponent's super conditioned, you can send that move, and wall bounce damage is ridiculous with Chloe, like all of her damage. So between those 3 strings, you kind of have a full poke game. It's kind of like playing with your opponent and conditioning them. It's super important to her game, and it's kind of where she thrives. That's what she does best as a character. So I guess that's the starting point for her, right? So if you do like, yeah, you can play around that, condition your opponent with 1-2, 1+2, and all that. So
down forward 1 is -1. Jeez.
Yes, her down forward 1 is incredible. It's got a very, very like long range hitbox too. She moves forward very far. So if you're trying to get in from range 1.5, range 2, and just a safe mid poke, that gives you a lot of options. It's very strong. It's actually +7 on hit as well. So very, very strong down forward 1. Probably one of the better down forward 1s in the game. So I'm a huge fan of it too. I use it a ton. She also has the 12 frame mid in standing 4, -9 on block, +4 I believe on hit, or +2. Very, very long range, very good. It's a little linear, but it's super long range compared to the rest of her tools. So if you're keeping out the opponent and just trying to annoy them, that's kind of one of the best moves for her.
So you would say that could be used as like a rounded, like, you know, down for 1, down for 1, 4.
Yes, that's kind of how I use it the most, actually, as a round ender, because if your opponent's trying to sneak in something and like with a few frames, yeah, that's really its best usage, is a round ender to poke them down as a nice mid. It's got a good hitbox, so very, very strong. What else would I say? I guess we could talk about some lows, and I actually got a couple more mids to talk about. Down forward 3 is super important too. Chloe's kind of known as a character that struggles at a range. but down forward 3 kind of lets you condition your opponent. It will actually clip them if they try and sidestep to the left a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so something that she's known is that she struggles with sidewalk left. She's very linear. But down forward 3 is a great way to kind of condition your opponent because you have that extension of down forward 3 too. So if they try and hit a button in between that, safe counter hit launcher, very high damage launcher as well. So you can just do that.
Can I jab in between that? Sorry, by the way. Let me try and jab in between.
You can do it in one jab. Yeah. You can actually trade with a magic 4 if it's 11 frames as well. So it's kind of rough in that point, but what you're trying to do, I guess, with it is so it doesn't happen is you're trying to condition them so that they think it's okay to press under that, right? You're playing that game with them where, all right, I'm going to send the string now, and then I get the counter hit launcher. You condition them enough to be annoyed by this move and work around it that they will eventually hit a button for sure. Like, anybody will get annoyed to the point where they're hitting a button after that.
So it's kind of like when you second guess the jabs, because sometimes I do it in, like, when I'm playing tournaments, I'm like, oh, is it okay to play? And then I don't do it frame perfect. I'm always like, oh, let me try and jab here, and then you get hit with a counter hit.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. Yeah, you get counter hit launched. Yeah. I think Chloe as a character works a lot around mental frame advantage, right? Like that's kind of where she benefits a lot. So like very fundamental characters will shut her down from that. I think that's kind of like how you have to play. She does have the down forward 3/3 extension, and it is -14. It's not very safe at all. It's very, very risky. But if you have the read on your opponent on the wall and they're trying to step, like if you have them right here and they're trying to step off your down forward 3, you can actually clip them with it, and a lot of times it will actually wall splat.
Yeah.
So people will try and step. Oh, didn't want to show wall splat there. The ballerina sprints. Yeah, there you go, like that. So.
Yeah. Okay. So what other things is there? Because I know that she has the All right, let's talk about the lows, and then we'll get into like the Cali roll as well and stuff like that. What about her hop kick as well? Because I know she has 2 different hop kicks.
Yes, yeah. Her famed one is the up 3. This move is a little ridiculous. If you watch the animation, the people wonder why it evades so much. She actually crushes highs and some mids before she low crushes, which is a lot of people don't. They're like, why did that crush me? It's actually because unlike a lot of hop kicks in the game where they're low crushing really early.
Yeah.
Hers is actually high and mid crushing. So if you want to do a low crush, this is the one you would go with. But if you're trying to do some evasive stuff after like 1, if you're trying to get them to poke at you, that's kind of when you use your hop kick. So as the way I use the hop kick, she has a lot of safe moves that are barely, she has the frame advantage, right? So if you try and her jab might catch her hop kick after down forward 1. If you want to try jabbing after down forward 1, I think it will. On block, let's see. Yeah, so stuff like that where you're trying to make them bait a reaction. You're playing defensively with it. So that's kind of the way I use it in neutral. I always recommend to people if they're not really confident in their read, but they still want to take the risk to go with the neutral hop kick because this one actually has far less pushback than this if you look between the two. So it's actually launch punishable. So a lot of people are ready against Chloe to launch it. They're really looking for this move because they hate this move.
Yeah.
So if you do this one, it's a very easy launch punish. So between the two, I always recommend the neutral hop kick. The neutral hop kick actually has quite a bit more evasion as well.
Wow.
So yeah. So I'll actually do something. It's funny. I will do 2 hop kicks sometimes. If you're trying to bait them in and they'll try and punish it with a jab, if they're a little bit slow, you can get away with another one because it might push them back out of their jab range depending on which character you're fighting, like Miguel or something like that. So that's something really cool about her. It is a very, very strong move and probably arguably her best move. Yeah. Up forward 4, yeah. So up forward 4 is great. It's like a forward moving, still 15 frames, only -13. So if you're not wanting to take that -15 risk, it low crushes earlier as well than up 3. So if you're getting the read on the low and you want to get the launch, you could do, you could do that. So
damn, you could do that in this latency. Damn.
Yeah. So the way I could talk about that real quick is with combos with Chloe, you can actually mash it out. Like you don't have to it's not much of a just frame. You can actually hit it out. And something I tell a lot of Chloe players, Oh, I got that. But something I tell a lot of Chloe players when they're doing like combos and stuff like that is if you're not confident doing that, you can actually bind key charge and just hit down for 2 and then key charge. I don't have it bound on here, but you can bind the key charge and it will do the whole combo for you. So if you're not confident or you're struggling with the combo, definitely try binding key charge and hitting it because it'll save you in a lot of situations that are like high pressure.
What is it? Down forward 2-4.
Yeah, down for 2, and then you can just mash key charge. Yeah,
like that. Oh my.
Yeah, yeah, it works. So a lot of people struggle with that, and that's my recommendation for that kind of thing. So
thank you for telling me about that. I feel like I've seen someone's like, oh, I remember in my stream when I was trying to get her to Tekken God, they were like, oh yeah, you can mash. I was like, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I know. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah, it helps online too when people are lagging and stuff like that too. So I keep a key charge bind for that.
Yeah. I think that'll be very useful for the Lucky Chloe players that are going to be watching this, man, for sure.
Yeah,
so what about her other stuff? So obviously we're on the notes of mids, and she has the running 3, and she has the running 3+4.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? What's your opinions on these moves?
The running 3+4, the season 3 new move. It's a hit or miss kind of move. Great round ender if you're trying to like really kind of like make them nervous. You know, like you could do instant. It's gonna be hard for me with the latency, but instant running 3+4 can be a little hard to deal with. It is a very linear though. It can be set up either way, and a lot of times if you try and use it in neutral in general, it'll get stepped accidentally just by neutral movement. So it's even on instant while running 3+4, it will get stepped pretty easily. So it's a risky move, very, very risky. It actually has a sound cue to it as well. If you listen to while running 3 and while running 3+4, she actually has a sound cue to while running 3+4. So it is seeable technically frame data wise, but it helps from someone defending against Chloe that it is actually audio cue, so you will hear her yell and then you can duck it. It's a very unique sound that kind of makes the move kind of hard to use if the opponent's very aware about that.
Well, she goes, yeah.
Yep, yeah, she yells, and compared to while running 3, she doesn't do that. So people will hear that and they'll duck. I've noticed. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I wish they didn't do that, but you know, it is what it is. It's a cool move though. It has a lot of Okazemi potential on specifically on balcony break stages. It will actually break the balcony and give her a full combo. So you can use that in a situation where someone's at the wall and they want to move. You can pressure them with that. It's just very, very risky. So I would only recommend using it if you have kind of a hard read where you think they're kind of locked up, right? They're kind of frozen. They don't want to move. They're scared because you've been doing instant while running 3 on them and they don't want to move. So I guess while running 3 is definitely a lot more useful because it's a very good way for her to get in. She doesn't have a lot of long range tools, but while running 3 is very, very strong. +6, it will clip people who are only sidestepping, so they have to be sidewalking most of the time to actually be dealing with it. It gives really good Okazemi too if you get hit by it. If you want to hit me with it, I don't know. It will actually give her like a...
Which one?
While running 3. It'll give her very, very good Oki. So yeah, so you get head towards, feet away. So that gives you kind of a optional mix-up with 4-4-3 back 1. If they try and roll, it will actually catch them. So this is kind of what her Oki game starts. Yeah, if I try and tech roll, 4-4-3 will actually clip her and flip her back again. So oh shoot.
I think she might be because she's
yeah. Oh, I'm trying to tech roll.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it will catch them. It's just kind of weird with the timing of some things. But very, very good to get Oki. If you do simultaneous while running 3s, it'll actually beat the most get up kicks from most characters, including the mid or low one. It'll actually catch them. So if your opponent is get up kick happy, it's also a really good option to actually stop them from doing that. It's probably one of my most used moves on Chloe for sure while running 3. It gives just great Oki, especially at the wall too. If you get hit by it at the wall, it will put the opponent it'll put the opponent in a situation here where if they do like get a pick or anything, they're getting splatted. Or if they try and duck on wake up, you know, it puts you in a situation where they have to guess. So I guess that's one of my most used moves for her.
Okay, and then there's what's the is it? Yeah, so
Down back. Yeah, the power crush, the wall bounce.
yeah.
Yeah. They made that a wall bounce this season too. It's very, very strong. It does a ton of damage. Back 3 into Cali roll is kind of the easy combo if you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I've got to stay back to yeah. All right, no,
yeah, I get the whole back. Yeah.
So what about the down forward? Is it down for one? No, not down for 1+2. So that's the throw. What's the one where she kind of does the back sway elbow thing?
Oh, this?
No. She got like a back sway.
Oh.
No, not that. It's like an elbow thing. She kind of moves back and then.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, the wall bounce. Yeah. That is a very, very strong move. It is a little slow, but very plus on block at +7. So if you're using it at the wall, you can get some really good pressure on your opponent. High wall bounce. So I use it quite often if my opponent is if I like to frame trap my opponent, because this combined with back 4 is a very good combination for opponents that like to mash, because that's kind of her way of keeping the opponent in check, this back 4 tool. There was a stream that Cherryberry Mango did with Chloe. It's kind of a joke stream, but he compared back 4 from Chloe to forward 4 from Jin because of the longish range where she moves forward, safe, counter hit launcher. It's actually plus on hit as well, which is really nice. So you could do simultaneous back 4s if your opponent thinks, if you think the opponent's going to get mash, and it actually does a ton of damage as well. So very, very strong move too. So yeah, this is very good wall bounce. Personally, I see myself using this one a little bit more just because the power crush factor. Same thing. Only -13, which is insane actually for a wall bounce. You know, Miguel's is like -14, so to have it at only -13 is actually a pretty big deal. So
and it's quick it's very, very quick as well.
Yeah. It's actually 21 frames, so it's super, super fast. Yeah, so definitely one of my favorite moves on Chloe right now. The other power crush she has that I love is the back 1+2. It is insane. J-lane all high, very, very fast, 20 frames. It gives a wall splat as well, so you can pressure the opponent. I like to do like down 4 and like crouch cancel back 1+2, stuff like that, where you can just work away, like I said, with mental frames and stuff like that, and put your opponent in a situation where they have to play around that. So 2 really good moves from Chloe.
Nice. Let's talk about her low moves. So obviously she has sidestep 4 that goes into her back turn, and she has what's the move that she does, the mid one? Does she have a mid one? What kind of like if we get count? There we go. So,
yeah.
So they do this, right? Because it's +2.
Yeah. So a lot of times they'll use that. Yeah, exactly. After this, if they think they're gonna mash. Now +2 isn't a lot, right? Because you can still do a lot of things after that.
Yeah.
You'll see that move used a little bit more. Talking about lows actually after the dance stance.
Right. What's that low? What's that low you just done?
Down back 3. So that puts her into her left twist stance. That gives her a ton of options. They buffed it in season 3. Very, very strong stance. It's actually only -7, so if you notice that, she can actually Cali roll under jab. So a lot of the opponents, if your opponent is unaware after the matchup, you can Cali roll. Yeah. You do a lot of damage.
That is dirty. Whoa.
Yeah. It is a little bit secret tip there that if your opponent is unaware of the matchup, you can do that. And you notice it actually forces crouch for the opponent. So what's interesting about that is this beats every option that the opponent can do on every single character. So even if you do generic down jab, it's gonna trade and I'm still gonna get the combo. So it's a huge buff for Chloe. Yeah, huge buff for Chloe there. So yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that for the combo, but still. Yeah.
No, it's cool. I get it.
It's hard because what I do when I play Chloe, I wait to see what's happened, and then if I trade, it's down for 3. So that's the combo starter if it trades with down jab, generic down jab. So she's got a really good stance here. Another low she has out of it is the down 3-4. That's right after you do the down back 3, you do down back 3-4. 0 on hit. So gives you a lot of options afterwards, and they're forcing crouch again. So very, very strong low. A lot of people use this as a round ender, right? Because your opponent's nervous and they want to hit. They want you to lose your turn and it to be over, but they don't want to match because that's going to happen. So a lot of Chloe players will do both of these. And if you're fighting against Chloe, I just recommend ducking and then reacting to what happens afterwards after you get hit by this move.
Alright, cool. And she has down 3 as well. I forgot that she has full crouch options, so we're gonna get into that after down 3. So down 3, what do you think of this move? Because obviously it's -3 on hit. So you know it's not really the greatest of moves, but it puts you in full crouch.
Yeah, it's a very, very strong low. Long range too is really the one I use it the most, just because it has that long range ability. So compared to the rest of her lows, very, very strong, puts her in full crouch. Personally, I use down 4 quite a bit more. -2 has a lot of options afterwards because you are -2. A lot of things I like to do is to annoy my opponent. I'll do down 4 and a while standing 4, and if they try and step that, it's very, very hard to time the step for that. Very, very strong neutral, but then like you said, we're talking about the full crouch game with her. She has a very, very strong full crouch game. Yeah.
Oh, is it -14?
Yes, it's -14. But a lot of people won't want to duck on Chloe because she has this. If you try and duck, she has a 17 frame launcher. It is launch punishable, but at the end of the day, the combo she gets off of it is not worth ducking and taking the low. Like, I'll show you yeah, so she gets all of this. Like, it's gonna be hard for you to hit that part, but
latency.
Yeah, a little tricky, but people don't want to duck on Chloe, so this is kind of how you can condition your opponent with the full crouch or down forward 1. Very, very strong low. Yeah.
So what's the other one so this one, the full crouch down forward 2. Plus 15.
Yeah, it gives the KG spin like off of the while staying 4-4 from Kazumi.
Yeah.
Similar spin.
So like I add all that wall splash, right?
Yeah, it does.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very, very strong tool at the wall. It basically, if they're trying to step or something, that's kind of how you lock them down, because people still don't want to duck against Chloe, but it's very consistent as a homing move. So very, very strong. At the wall, I use it. In general, I use it actually because it looks like it pushes back further, but followed up with back 4 will actually crush a lot of highs. So if you like try and jab after hit, it'll actually crush a lot of highs in that. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so you want me to jab now?
Yeah, if you want to mash jab after being on hit. Yeah, so it'll beat highs, a lot of even like bigger mids that are fast, it will still beat those, because it actually has some kind of evasion going into the back 4 because she recovers in crouch. So a sneaky property for Chloe that she actually recovers in crouch with that move. So
that is crazy. So now that we're onto this, I want to talk about her backturn stance. What do they call it? Is it called? Yeah, it's a backturn.
Yeah, she doesn't. It's funny. She actually doesn't have a name for her backturn stance. It's just a backturn.
Yeah, that's
so
what
unlike the rest of the cast. So they gave her the manual backturn. She didn't have that when she released. So tons of options from backturn now as she's progressed as a character. Most popular and most famous is the roll. Just forward 3+4 from the roll. Evades quite a few highs, or pretty much every high. A lot of mids, like probably one of the more evasive moves in the game. It'll evade like Heihachi's down forward 1 and stuff like that. So very sneaky move that if your opponent isn't comfortable with the matchup and stuff, you can get away with a lot of shenanigans from backturn. She has other moves from backturn. She has the down 3, which is just a generic down 3, but it actually leaves her +3 on hit, which gives her a lot of room to work with. So easy move is that's easy. You know, there's not much they can really do against that. 11 frames at +3. So down 3 while standing 4 is kind of like an easy option. But you can do down 3 full crouch, right? You can kind of roll up down 3, and your opponent doesn't want to duck because Chloe in backturn, I mean, it's a nightmare with ducking. So generally, it's kind of a way to open up your opponent. Then you can backdash. So back turn down 3, backdash, get out of there.
So you see the
just kind
back
of a
roll.
way to play.
Is the back roll better than Ling's back roll?
I would say in some way it's like yes and no. It has more evasion than Ling's, but it's a little bit more linear than Ling's. So it's not going to auto adjust as much as Ling's. It can be stepped very easily to the left. So if you like walk to the left, you'll notice that. Yeah, see, she barely auto lines. Yeah, and eventually I get a wall standing 3 because, yeah. So basically, it'll kick me out of the stance and it'll input something randomly. Unlike Ling's, where she actually follows you, kind of. It's harder to step Ling. So it's easier answer for Chloe's is to step it. But you can still get tagged by moves like 1-2 right from back turn. So she can do her jab strings and stuff like that right from back turn, which is another super effective way of getting in. Super good way for Chloe players to get in. Because, like I said, people are so scared about the Chloe and back turn. It's like they don't want to do anything. They kind of freeze up. And I don't blame them because, I mean, that launcher is one of the most damaging launchers in the game. So, very good way of just kind of opening up and conditioning your opponent to kind of play around your back turn. Yeah. So
let's get into that launcher, man, because that launcher, how do you do it for the people that are learning? Lucky Chloe?
Yeah, so for the launcher, the big launcher, all you have to do is forward roll, and then you hit 3+4 while you're forward rolling. You can just mash it out, just 3+4, and then keep mashing it out. So you just mash it out, and then down forward 2 is normally your follower combo. So, oh, it's a little hard. I'll just do down forward 3-3 right now for screw, and then your ender. So yeah, just back turn and then forward 3+4, and then you can just mash it out. As soon as you get close to them and you're in their face, it will automatically go into the move. It's a very interesting move because there's not many moves like it in the game where it reacts that way to your opponent's distance, but yeah, it actually reacts to where they are.
So I see a lot of people do hop kick when they're against the wall when they do this move. Why is that? Is that because of the crushing as well?
Like hop kick on defense.
So like they'll do like they'll do the not that roll, but they'll do the roll, and then once it's been blocked, they'll do hop kick. I've seen a lot of people do that.
That's the season 1 classic. Yeah, so if you want to do that to me, I'll jab after it. It'll actually evade jabs if you want to do the back turn roll. Ooh, sorry.
Hold on. Oops,
yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, you gotta mash up 3.
Hold on. I'm doing it slow. My bad.
Yeah, as fast as you can.
I tried to jab. I tried to hop kick. I couldn't hop kick.
Chloe's jab has a very good hitbox. It might not work on Lucky Chloe. A lot of characters. Oh, there you go. A lot. Yeah, it's -9 technically, but the way she recovers from the Cali roll spring kick on block. This is actually like some very early Chloe tech. The way she recovers from the spring kick on block, it will evade highs and some mids coming up. So she can be -9, but she'll still crush your jab, your 10-frame jab, which is crazy. It's just a part of the crush system in Tekken, and it's just the way it works with her. So she really plays around that, and like I said, the mental frames is kind of a benefit towards her. So yeah, that's kind of a big thing, is if your opponent is very kind of like if your opponent is very like nervous about the Cali roll, chances are they're gonna jab after it. Like there's a really good chance they're gonna jab after it. And even I will try. That's been around since season 1, but I still try that on people because I mean the risk versus reward. I get floated, you know, it's not a big deal against most of the cast. So a very high reward there too if they hit a jab or try and check you with a high, because you will evade it most of the time. So yeah, it's kind of a cool little trick for Chloe players and people learning Chloe that to kind of check your opponent's matchup knowledge.
So you see, what was I gonna say? So there's a way how to cancel the Cali roll, right? So you can hold on. You can do. How do you cancel it? So I don't do the dive at the end.
If you just do first, no, you're good. You're good. If you just do the first 3+4 and don't do anything else, so if you stop mashing it after the first one connects, it will actually just fall back. This is very risky. I'll warn you. If you're playing against someone who's comfortable against Chloe, they will notice this and they will dash in your face and launch you. A couple times, like Kazuya players, they will electric you if they see you doing this. They will wave dash in your face because you are very minus. I feel look at the frame data again, minus 45. So. So they have time to run up yet punish. So you got to be careful if you're going to be doing that a lot because opponents who are comfortable with the matchup will notice that.
That's crazy. So what are the other stuff? So before we get into her grabs here, what are the moves that she can back turn from? So we got the manual back turn, which is back 3+4.
Yeah.
We got sidestep 4, but then I've also seen you can do 3 into back turn.
Yeah. So she's got quite a few moves now. The most common I use is sidestep 4, just because it's a good spacing tool with the long range it has. It actually is a counter hit launcher as well. I know we didn't talk much about this move, but huge counter hit launcher, very easy combo, very evasive, but a great way to get into back turn too as well. If you can bait your opponent into trying to whiff punish that with like a jab or something like that, you can cali roll and go under it. So a lot of the ways I use like other moves that go into back turn. Another one is like back 3. Is I'll purposely whiff a move to test what my opponent wants to do, right? Because if your opponent gets antsy around this, you can take advantage of it and back 3 roll. And then, so yeah, back 3 is another one that I use because it's another amazing homing spacing move that that she has, one of her longer range moves as well. So back 3 is probably another common one I use to get into back turn. You just hold back after it and then you can get into back turn. Another one, yeah, you said 3. That's another great tool because a lot of people are waiting for this move, which is minus 14. So they really want to punish 3-4. So people will let you do this, and then they'll respect this even on block because they're scared of the 3-4. And by the time they realize you've done it, they will you'll be in back turn. So yeah, that's another great way. What was another? I'm trying to think. I'd say another really good new one that I use sometimes is 3+4 into back. They added this in season 3. Yeah, so you can actually get a combo off of that, which is kind of interesting. If you back up, actually, and hold forward now. Yeah, so that's actually a natural combo. So very interesting. So fairly safe launcher. It's kind of risky, but yeah, if you hold back and cancel that and the final hit hits, you can do down back 4 and combo off of it. So not a lot of people know that about Chloe. So yeah, another great way to backturn cancel because a lot of people, again, will be waiting for the launch punishable finish to that string. So they're waiting. It's kind of a tricky thing, and that's kind of if you notice, that's kind of like the way Chloe's designed is they want people to be patient so Chloe can kind of play those mind games where, oh, now I've stopped doing the launch punishable move and now I'm in back turn. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Crazy. So tell me about her throws. What does she get from her throws? Does she get anything at all? Like any Oki setups, anything like that?
Kinda. Actually, her throw, if you can put me in rage or both of us in rage, her biggest one, she kind of has, I don't know if you remember the Kunimitsu throw in Tag 2 where you switch sides.
Yeah.
So she has that. It's kind of the same thing except Chloe's in front turn this time. So that's kind of interesting is that so she has a lot of options after this. It's kind of a 3-way mix-up. So if you hold down back after the throw, it will go under that and you can hold down. It's all high. It's all high string and it misses the mid. Yeah. So by the time you see that, you can duck the high. But if you don't duck it, she gets the back 1 guaranteed. So a ton of damage off of that. Yeah. So very, very high reward there. But you got to be careful because if the opponent's ready for that, they can duck and they'll launch you for it. So I don't know. It might be hard to do on latency, but yeah, it's kind of hard to do. You try to. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to do, but a single down back input. Yeah, that works too. Yeah. We'll deal with that. But the other option she has from this throw is a down forward 2 string. So if you're trying to down back, that will actually catch you. So that's kind of the mix-up, is the down forward 2 string and the 1-2, 1+2. She does have a guaranteed option in down forward 3-3. It's guaranteed on everyone but Ling and Raven because they have their back turn parries that are very early startup. Yeah. So guaranteed damage, generally that's what I go for the most often. So between the high string and the down forward 3-3, those are the two main ones I use pretty much all the time.
Okay. What about her other throws, like her 1+3 throw? Does she get anything or pushes far away?
Not really. Her 2+4 at the wall can give some good oki because of the way she recovers, how she's head towards feet away. So if I do like right here, if I throw you, she'll get pretty good oki there. So if you try and get up kick or anything like that, you're getting wall splatted because I have back one and stuff like that. So that's probably the best oki she gets off of a throw is that 2+4 throw. But other than that, nothing really unique to her throw game. Just cool stuff with her down forward 3+4. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So is there any like cool things that I need to know about the character? Because I know that the character has one thing with Lei. I don't know, like, just the way how I think. Let me show it. Let me show it because I think it's quite
the Lei thing is super cool.
Does she have anything?
Actually,
anyone else though?
Secret interaction wise, not that I know of. Lei's definitely one of the main ones. Lei's really the only character that they've made her like interactive. Yeah, if I do the 2+4 break and you.
Oh, go to two. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Little Dance, he's the only character that does that. They made him like a Chloe fan and stuff like that in the lore, I guess. So, very, very interesting that they did that because they haven't really made Chloe interact. She doesn't really interact with any of the cast like that. Even like Eddie and stuff like that. I guess the closest secret thing that I have with Chloe that's like kind of like a throwback is her unblockable is kind of interesting. It's actually a callback to like Eddie's and the capo unblockable. If you look at like Christie's and Eddie's, it's very, very similar, almost identical to what Chloe's is. Because Chloe was around before we even knew that we were gonna get Eddie. So they kind of put a lot of Eddie stuff on her. That's why her down 4 is the way it is. So she plays a little bit like Eddie with some of her tools. So if you're comfortable with Eddie, you'll actually be able to pick up on Chloe very fast, I think, personally.
Nice.
So, yeah, so cool stuff there. I guess that's kind of the unique things about her.
And another one, her rage art. Obviously, her rage art. Let's talk about her rage art and rage drive. So her rage drive. When do you think is a good time to use the rage drive? Because you can't really use it in combos, can you?
No, it's not great in combos. It's really just kind of a neutral reset tool, but for your advantage kind of thing. Where if you're kind of playing, you're both in rage or something, and you're trying to make a move and trying to get in and trying to put the pressure on your opponent, it's a very easy +4. Yeah. So very easy +4 that you can do a lot with is Chloe. And you're in their face, which is awesome on block. So you have a lot of options. You can do down back 3, down forward 1 is one of my favorites. So it gives you a lot of room to work with because it's very hard to step. Very, very strong mid tool. Fast too. I tend to use it a lot. Something really interesting about it, I guess, talking about the rage drive, is it actually has some high crush frames in it. High evasion frames, I guess would be a better way to say it. But she'll actually duck down. So if you can time it with jabs, it's probably going to be really hard for us to do Parsec. But if you have a read that your opponent is jabbing in neutral and they're coming up to you in jabbing, it will actually go under that jab most of the time. Pretty much every jab in the game can get evaded by her down forward 3+4. So if you want to try labbing that a little bit on your own and stuff like that with people, it's a good thing to practice with Chloe because a lot of people don't know that. Her rage drive is super good because you can actually use it in full crouch too. So if you're playing the game with full crouch down forward 1 and stuff like that, and you're annoying your opponent and they want to duck and you're in rage, that's an easy rage drive. Safe plus on block, so a lot of utility with it. It can also be used in Backturn, but I don't use it very often in Backturn.
Oh, you could do that? I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so sometimes if I'm nervous about what my opponent's going to do and it's at the end of the round, I'll do that. Put the pressure on. So, very, very good.
I have never seen it in Backturn like that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you can evade like a high and then do it. It's very, very strong. Yeah.
Do you do the elbow thing afterwards or not? Do you just go for? Can you get a combo?
The elbow, it depends on where I am. If I'm like right at the wall, I'll do it. It actually has kind of a adjust frame. I'll see if I can hit it. It's gonna be hard. I'll try it one more time. It has like a blue spark that does a ton of damage. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult if you do it right at the right time.
She has a just frame from it.
Yeah, she does. Not a lot of people know. I found this out actually pretty late in the planer. It does quite a bit more damage if you hit it. It's gonna be tough. I don't know, maybe you want, but
Alright, let me try.
Yeah, you try. It's a blue spark. If you do it right as she puts her arm up in the hit animation, if you just hit 1+2 as soon as that does that, as she arcs her arm up, it'll do a blue spark. It'll do a ton of damage, like a ridiculous amount.
What's her rage drive down?
Down forward 3+4.
And what do I press? 1.
1+2.
Oh, 1+2. Okay.
Yep. As soon as she kind of raises her hands. One there, like right there. As soon as her elbow goes above her head. Oh, that was really close. That was really close.
That does a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, it does. It does a ton of damage. Yeah, very, very strong rage drive if it hits. There it is. There it is. Yup. 79.
Woo! Oh my! I did not know she had a blue spark from that. But you know what? Saying that, I do remember having her 12 frame punch. She has a secret version, right? The one that knocks down.
Yeah. She has a.
She has. Go on, you do.
Yeah, if you want to try. Yeah, there you go. I hit it.
How did you hit straight away? Tell me the technique.
It's a timing thing. It's very. I guess the way I look at it is you delay the second hit as long as you can. Yep, you got it. So you just delay the second hit as long as you can, like physically in a string. It's not a delayable string, but if you pulled off on the second hit of the 2-2, that's kind of the way I do it. It's a little tricky. Definitely took me a lot of practice to figure out. It seems to be a little bit inconsistent. I can't confirm that. I'm still kind of researching that. If I'm not confident with it in like a tournament match or a very serious match, I'll just do the 2-2 punish. It actually gives a guaranteed back 1 on hit as well, if they don't tech roll. So if you don't back roll, it will give you a guaranteed. They'll give them a guarantee. Oh, I dropped it. You gotta dash up a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. So very good.
Alright, and her last but not least, let's talk about her rage art, because obviously her rage art is basically got just frame inputs, right? Or it's timing, should I say? Timing inputs. So it's a CHLOE lucky. But like,
yeah.
What's the best way to do it for people, especially like me, people that are trying to learn Lucky Chloe? What's the best way to when's the best time to press?
So for the rule of thumb for her rage art, I'll do the rage art just to show you. I won't do anything. If you watch her legs hit the opponent, when you're learning how to do it, each kick input, so 3 or 4, you can do either or, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll do alternating to keep rhythm because it's actually an identical. It's like a tempo. It's an exact tempo every time. So once you learn how to do it, you could do it with your eyes closed every time. You know, it's just a tempo. So at first, when you're learning to do it, it's a visual thing. But yeah, so with her legs, I can try and do it here. It's gonna be a little bit difficult. I'm sure you can do it. Or try to. But every time her leg hits, hit a kick button. Yeah. Exactly. There's one more hit to that where she says finish. The first hit tends to be the hardest. L-O-E finish. Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
So it's a consistent tempo if you just put a metronome to it. I can't remember the BPM on the metronome, but that's the kind of the way I learned to do it. If you can just kind of sit there and tap your desk or something, or your fight stick or your pad, that's the best way to learn how to do it. You visually confirm it at first, but then you get in the habit of learning the tempo, because sometimes if you're nervous or something like that, it can be hard to visually confirm stuff.
So it's literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
So like
exactly.
That.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of a rhythm. People say she's like a rhythm character. She does have quite a few rhythm things. It's a very unique rage art. Low too. I mean, I'm sure that's shown, but so it's the only low rage art in the game, which is very cool. People, be careful when you're punishing it if you're fighting Lucky Chloe, because she actually goes into like a floated state, so it's kind of weird to punish. So she goes low. And you kind of have to do a specific punish. So I recommend, if you're struggling with fighting Lucky Chloe, learn how to learn how to punish her rage art, because Chloe's will use that against you if they recognize you don't know how to punish it. You have to have a specific punish for it. So, very cool stuff for Chloe.
She also has a while standing free. We didn't talk about this move.
Yes.
This move is. I think this move is really good.
Very good. It evades high, so if you want to, you guys
With
have
the
a
jab?
jab. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be hard to time the counter hit. I'll just keep sure to use that. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it if you want to do it. Yeah. So very good. They added that in season 3. I don't really understand the purpose of it. I use it most when I'm kind of spacing with her. So if I'm doing stuff like down 3 into while standing 3,
that's what I do.
Yeah, it's very, very strong. It'll evade some mids, like quite a few mids in the game. It will evade. So if you have your opponent at the wall and they're kind of annoyed by what you're doing, your whole like full crouch game and stuff like that, and they're trying to jab you out of it, you'll get that. Yeah, and you'll actually get a full wall splat.
Yeah,
so
that's what I do. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I laughed at it, because that is just annoying. I do stuff like I just keep doing down 3. I'll get up down 3, down 3, and then I'll just while standing 3.
Yeah, yeah, because it evades highs on the way up. Yeah, it's pretty very, very strong. So
it's cheap. Yeah. So if there's last one on this, if there's ways to fight against not Lily, sorry, Lucky Chloe. If there's ways to fight against Lucky Chloe, what would be the tips on how to fight against her?
The biggest rule of thumb, I guess there's 2 big rules that I tell people, is if you're not confident in, like, let's say she's in back turn, right? If you are not confident in what she's doing from this stance and you are not comfortable in doing something, do not do anything at all, because getting hit by that launcher is quite literally round ending. If you get hit by that back turn forward 3+4, that spring kick she has, that roll spring kick, it's basically the round's over. You've pretty much lost the round, unfortunately, because it does quite literally 70% of your health every time. So it's very, very strong. So don't press anything. Her back turn stance is very dealable with. Most of the stuff is reactable. This is going to be one of the few things that isn't reactable. So you're going to have to learn to start sidewalking with her if left. Yeah, exactly. So and even that's a little bit inconsistent against her because it will tag you sometimes. So you're going to have to start like just being patient with her. I guess that's the next point is you have to be very, very patient against Chloe. Chloe just erupts on people who are impatient. So if she's doing moves like this and the hop kick and stuff like that, and you're trying to jab her, you're gonna get launched. Like you're gonna get punished. So you just need to wait. Most Chloe's like it's hard for Chloe and to be real, like it's hard for her to get in safely. She's very unsafe. That's what she's known for. So if you wait and let her do her thing, that is when you're gonna find the most reward versus her. Yeah, so like lows like that, I didn't talk about that one because I actually don't normally recommend that low very often because it's 23 frames, so it's actually seeable in a very, very clear animation. So I don't talk about that low very often. It's also very linear, so if you solid walk left, it'll get stepped completely.
Yeah.
So
and this as well, this one. We need to talk about this move, the 3+ that dancing spinneroonie, the spinneroonie.
Yeah.
How do you counter this?
Okay, so this one, it's interesting. It has 2 versions. It has the just frame where she goes lucky if you hit down 3+4 as it goes off. So you can actually, if you do it to me, I don't know if you know how to do that.
No.
It's kind of hard to explain this one. It's just like a delayed input. You just do down 3+4 again. It's hard to explain. There's no real animation key. You just kind of, there you go. So if you do that to someone, every character in the game except for Noctis can actually down jab out of it. For some reason, Noctis is kind of weird. As far as I know, only Noctis is the character that struggles with it. So if you do that, the just frame again, I can show you, or I can do it. Yeah, so everybody can down jab out of that on hit. So something I recommend against Chloe, it's not very strong if the opponent knows about that. So yeah, even on hit, you can down jab out of it. So just down 1 or down back 1, whatever your character has, will get out of that. But the problem with that is that she has this extension where you can just mash down 3+4. It's the double low one. Blockable on hit, like you did there. So you can't actually down jab out of that one. So what I recommend is if a Chloe player is using that a lot on you, it's a very good extension. If a Chloe player is using this a lot on you, try and train yourself to react to it. It is a 23 frame startup. If you can block the first one, you can down jab her out of the second. So yeah. So so if you can block that, you can get her out of that. So if definitely something to focus on if you're struggling with her a lot, because a lot of Chloes will try and use that move. Talking about that move again, is once she does that lucky extension, it actually puts her into back turn. So very, very interesting. So you can actually go right into back turn from that. So if your opponent's getting annoyed by you doing that, I try and use this move to annoy my opponent.
How did you do back turn?
Just doing the extension, the down 3+4 just frame kind of thing for her.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she goes right into back turn. So there's actually, this is another secret thing about her, I guess, now that we're talking about it. There's a secret move that's not on the move list for this, where she does the just frame, and then if you mash forward 3+4, she'll spring kick. So this will catch a lot of people trying to deal with this, because they're going to try and run up and deal with your back turn. This will catch them. It's similar to Eddie's spring kick. Very, very, very strong. Very evasive as well. So if you mash forward 3+4 after doing the just frame.
Hold on.
Down 3+4 and then like another down 3+4.
I'm trying to get it.
I think you're doing it too early. The second one. Close. That was really close. It's a little tough. It's hard to explain. There's not really an animation for it that, it's the same thing.
When do I do it?
I'll try and tell you, I'll tell you then, right there. There.
So it's like just as it's finishing?
You're really close. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much as soon as you finish it. Towards the end of it. Not very late, but...
Okay, hold on.
Oh, very close.
I was doing it like nothing.
You were...
Now that I need to use it.
Very close. I don't know how it's not hitting. It's very close.
Oh my lord.
It's a very weird rhythm. There you go.
Oh,
you got the room. Yeah. So if you do that and then mash forward 3+4, it actually gives her a that.
Okay,
so that is very evasive. So if they try and down forward 1 you or something like that and try and catch you, it'll beat that and it will wall splat them. Very, very strong. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. That's a secret move, so a lot of Chloes don't even know they actually exist. So if you're learning Chloe, very good way to mix up your opponent.
Right, thank you very much, DoomedDanny, man. Really, really appreciate it. Obviously, this is the end of the Teach Me series. I really, really appreciate it. If you have social media and you want the people to know, let them know. If it's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, let them know, man.
Yeah, my Twitter is at DoomedDanny TV, so just DoomedDanny TV, nothing special there. My Twitch, I stream pretty often. Chloe most of the time. It's just DoomedDanny. So yeah, pretty simple there. YouTube DoomedDanny as well. Most of it's Chloe tech and Chloe stuff on there as well. So if you're really trying to learn some Chloe stuff too, I have some stuff there that might help you too, some resources. So I try and teach with that and stuff and use that as a teaching tool and talk with other Chloe players. And I also recommend, if you're learning Chloe, join the Chloe Discord. There's a lot of really good information and people who are dedicated to the character there. So cool stuff. Thank you.
All right then, man. Thank you very much for that, man. And yeah, I think I'm gonna head off as well, man. But bro, thank you very much. Oh, Sky Rush just gave you a gift sub as well.
Oh, thank you.
That's crazy. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No worries, man. Alright, well, I'll catch you up anyways. I'll let you know when I put it out on YouTube as well, man.
Sweet. Alright, see ya.
Take it easy, man. Cheers.